Okay, so a model to depict the order of the planets and put the names in order. So a model, and depict, that means to draw a picture. So here I'll draw the sun. And then I'll draw Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. What does it mean to rotate? Rotate is to spin or turn. And then a model would be, I'm going to draw the Earth. There is the axis, south, north. Remember, we drew this in our journals. We just drew an arrow showing that it's going to spin around. And again, draw a model. So that means I'm drawing a picture. Number 3, what does it mean to revolve? Revolve is go around. And then a model, I'm going to draw my sun. And then I'll draw my Earth over here. I'm going to put an E for Earth. It goes around, it loops. Go around or loops. What are the characteristics of weather? And write an example in a sentence. So, weather is the short-term expectation. Changes quickly. And an example would be on January 9th, it was cold. What are characteristics of climate? And write an example in a sentence. Climate is the long-term average. And what is expected? So studied for 30 years. An example, July and August are always hot. And that always is our keyword. And then for weather, it's because it's on a specific day. Moving on. What 2 things contribute to the Earth experiencing the different seasons? The first thing is the revolution. So Earth's revolution. Remember, that's to go around. Earth's revolution around the sun, and the tilt of Earth's axis. Why do we see the sun rise and set? Earth's rotation makes it look like, or appear, that the sun is moving across the sky. evaporation. If I'm drawing evaporation, I have to have the sun and a body of water, so it's the ocean. The sun's heat is causing the water vapor droplets to go up. To go up into the atmosphere. Condensation is when all of that water vapor is cooling down to make condensation. So condensation, cool down, cloud. They all begin with the letter C. It goes back to, so it's the gas going back to a liquid, and this one is a liquid going to a gas. Precipitation should be easy. It's whenever it falls from the sky in the form of rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Rain, snow, sleet, or hail. And then accumulation is whenever the water collects, it falls back into the body of water. So ocean, lakes, rivers, ponds, puddles. Real life example of water or of evaporation could be leaving like a cup of water on a counter or outside, and slowly over time that water level will go down. An example of condensation could be clouds forming in the sky. Whenever you have a cup of ice cold drink on a warm day, you'll see those water droplets on the side of your cup. That is condensation. We see precipitation all the time. In fact, this morning, it was a little drizzly outside, so that was precipitation or rain. In accumulation, we also see this all over the place, in our sidewalks, in our driveways, in our streets, obviously in oceans, lakes, rivers, ponds. And then the next one, how are shadows created and why do they change? So, they are formed from an object blocking the light, which creates a shadow. And they change because the angle of the light. So for example, our shadow during the day changes because the angle of the sun changes. So when the angle of the sun changes in the sky, then our shadow will change length or direction. Number 10, the Earth rotates on its axis. This process takes 24 hours and causes the day and night cycle. The Earth revolves around the sun. This cycle takes 365 days or 1 year. 365 days or 12 months or 52 weeks. This is also 1 year. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. And then number 12, how long does it take for the moon to revolve around the sun? 29.5 days. During this time, the moon looks different. Why do we see the moon as different shapes, and what are these phases? So we don't need to know the phases. If you already wrote them down the other day, that is perfectly fine. However, we just need to know why they change shape, and this is because it depends on the moon's placement in its orbit. So that determines what phase we will see. And also I want you to make sure you add from new moon to new moon is approximately a month. And also from new moon to full moon is approximately 2 weeks. And vice versa. So from full moon to new moon is 2 weeks, just like new moon to full moon is 2 weeks. And then here on the back, this, you're just going to use that foldable that we did. I want you to pick out 1, 2, 3, 4 characteristics for each. It can be things that they have in common. It can be things that are unique to each of these bodies. That's up to you. And again, you're going to use that foldable that we did to find some similarities. We also did the triple bubble that you could use, or you could read that writing that you should have done in your journal as well. And then a compass rose is just north, south, east, west. You just need to know those directions. All right, that's it. Make sure you are studying this. It will benefit you on your test on Friday.